everyone, welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I'm Gem and let's get to it. So today we are doing the Netflix book tag. And it's gonna be fun. At least I think so. So the first question in this tag is recently watched, and that is a book that you just finished. And for me, the book that I've just finished reading is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahern. Look, if you've been a part of this channel for long enough, I can't say the author's names. I suck at it. I'm sorry. It's just permanently gonna be that way. Anyway, I loved this book so much. I know there is a lot of problematic things around it, but I really enjoyed it. If you're in for a trashy read, then I can highly recommend this book for you, because man, it is the trashiest thing I've ever read, but I enjoyed every second of it. Number 2 in this tag is top picks, and that is a book or books that have been suggested to you or recommended to you based on books that you've previously read. And I am going with Six of Crows on this one. This book has been recommended to me so many times. This was before I read it, by the way. It was like, you should read it, you should read it, you should read it, you should read it. And I was like, when someone is like that at me about anything, read, watch, do, I'm like, no, I will not do that. So it did take me a while to read this one, or get around to reading this one, but I have read it now. I really love it. I am scared to read the second one because I am so afraid for my characters that I love, because this one ended with a bit of a, ooh, what's gonna happen next? And I don't know if I want to know what's gonna happen next. Number 3 is recently added, and that is a book that you recently bought. And for me is The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. I am slightly obsessed, but anyone who's watched the show can relate, so it's fine. It's fine. Number 4 in this tag is popular on Netflix, and that is pick books that everybody knows about, and there's 2 that you've read and 2 that you have not read. So let's get that done. Okay, so the 2 that I have read is obviously A Game of Thrones, and then Throne of Glass, because I picked something that was kind of, well, good, actually good, and something that was kind of not good, but okay, depending, who knows, depending on your taste in books. So those are the first 2, and these are the ones that I have not read. Insurgent, I did start it, I will admit to that, but I did not finish it because I did not think it was good, and the other one I do not own because it's Return to Raw. Man, I'm tempted to get it just to see where the story is going and to hate on it some more, but I don't know if that qualifies as a good idea, and it also makes me sound like a shit person. Number 5 in this one is comedies, and that is a funny book, and I don't know, it wasn't funny, but I had fun reading it, and I feel like that's with comedies. Sometimes it's not always super funny, but you have fun watching them, you know? Anyway, I decided to go with The Prom. It's really bad how much I like this book. It's based on the Prom musical, and if you haven't seen it, you can watch it on Netflix. It's not as good, but still pretty good. I picked this up after I watched the Netflix version of it, and I fell down a prom hole, and I loved it there. I'm still low-key there. I bought the album. I listen to it every day in the car. I'm living my best life. I love this a little bit too much. But if you really enjoy LGBT plus books, then get right on this, because it's actually so good. And if you really like The Prom, then you will appreciate this book, I think. It's so cute. Look at the little fan art on front. I can't even. Number 6 is dramas, and that is pick a drama queen / king, and I decided to go with Gale from The Hunger Games, because I do not like that guy. I do not like him. I did not like him from the beginning book, which is why I got this one, because he gets so much worse. Like, all the other characters are like up here, Gale's like down here. Even Snow is up here. At least he has some input. Gale's just like, he was like Peter and not me. Who fucking cares, Gale? This is not what the book is meant to be about. I have a lot of rage against him. Number 7 is animated, and that is pick a book with cartoons on the cover, and I decided not to go with a graphic novel because I felt like it was cheating, so I went with Not Your Sidekick. It's kind of like cartoony. Is this going to focus? MS photo instead. Great camera, great. Anyway, if you want to know more about this book, I can talk about it if you want. Basically, it is a world full of superheroes, and this main character on the front is the daughter of the most famous superheroes. Her name is Jess, and she has no idea if she has superpowers or not, which always seems to be the problem with, like, kids who have, like, 2 massive, like, superhero parents. They're always worried. They're just like, what is my power? I don't understand. Oh my god. Anyway, it's great, and you should read it. There is a sequel and a 3rd one coming out soon. Hell yeah. Number 8 is Watch It Again, and that is a book that you would reread again and again. And I decided to go with the Percy Jackson series. I just happened to pick up the 3rd one because it's the one I'm currently reading at the moment. I haven't read it yet, but there's a bookmark in it, which means it will get done at some point. Hopefully. This is one of my favorite series. I can definitely 100% say is the book that got me into reading. It is so awesome. I think I've spoken about it like a million times on here, but I will continue to do that because it's great. And even when you come back to it as an adult, there's even more appreciation for what it is. And this author is amazing. Rick Riordan, thank you for sharing this world with us. It was a world he created for his son who has ADHD and dyslexia. And thank you for making heroes that have flaws that aren't discussed enough, I feel. I feel that, at least, because I am dyslexic, if you didn't know. I mean, I don't really... It doesn't affect me that much anymore, but when I was younger, when I was Percy's age, it sucked. I hated it. I hated school, I hated reading, I hated writing, and now, because of this book, that's all changed. I love you. Number 9 is documentaries, and that is pick a non-fiction book that you would recommend to someone. I don't really read non-fiction, not because I don't like it, but just because there is a lot of it that I don't really like. I find it hard to find non-fiction books that I like, if that makes sense. But I came across this one, that is The Space in Between. I have not read it, I have skimmed a little bit of it, but I do intend to sit down and read it more. But it's about living life in your 20s and not knowing what you want to do and working that shit out. At least the bits I've read, it's by these 2 people. My sister will not stop going on about them. They have a podcast, apparently. I don't know. I'll link them down below. I don't know anything. I'm spurting shit at the moment to fill in the time. Number 10 is Action and Adventure, and pick a book that is action-packed. And I decided to go with The Mortal Engines because this is the most wildest ride I've ever been on. I mean, not really. It's up there. It's definitely one that I thought of immediately when this question came up. I was like, yes, 100% this one. Like, so much stuff happens in it. 2 of my favorite characters die. I think I've said this before. But yeah, it's insane. And the movie was such a disappointment. Like, I can appreciate movies for what they are, and I can be like, nice try, but the book was better. Like, movies are nice because I get that visual thing, and I'm like, cool. That's how it's meant to look like. But, you know, they're just not as good as these things. Not as good. I still need to read the rest of that series. I have no time anymore. I basically live at work. Number 11 is new releases, and that is pick a book that is coming out soon or has come out and you're really keen to read it. I'm going with something that has been forgotten and we need to revisit it, and that is Bridgerton, The Duke and I. I am currently reading it and loving it. I know it's not a new release, but it is kind of, because not many people knew about it until the Netflix show. And the people that did know about it before, why didn't you tell us sooner that this was actually really good? And the amount of things that are different between this and the show is a little bit crazy, but I'm also enjoying it immensely. It is so trash, but I love it. I live for the trash. I am a garbage rat. I don't care, I love it. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe, because that is always nice, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!